I'd love to know, looking back now, is there anything that you feel like you did wrong or you didn't do that you wish you did in sort of preparation for making that jump?
Man, something I did wrong. This isn't directly related to freelancing, but I think that my kind of approach to entrepreneurship has been, I found this kind of like Stair framework by Rob Walling of Startups for the Rest of Us. And basically the whole idea is like a lot of people try to jump straight to the top of the stairs, which is like the highest, but also most rewarding types of business, like a SaaS company or a social media app or a two-sided marketplace or like a biotech startup or like all these very like sophisticated, high capital, high labor types of companies. And it's like, you don't want to start there because you're just going to crash and burn if you try to make that jump too quickly and too far. So you want to stair step, you want to start with something really simple, maybe like freelancing, maybe just being like a writer for hire, a hired gun in some capacity. And then you want to go to maybe some sort of productized service where it's coaching, mentoring, or you have everything's packaged in some way, an agency of some sort. And then you can jump to something like a plugin type of software or e-commerce where you're drop shipping, and then you gradually level yourself up. So one of the things I wanted to do was, in parallel with freelancing, I wanted to also start 𝗙𝗏 and really build that into a membership community where I bundle the courses and I have a forum and I have live office hours. And one of the things that really set me back a while was, one, trying to monetize too quickly and too early because I'm scrambling just to find money and try to make the graph go up and to the right so that I can feel more comfortable financially. But two was definitely a lot of the like shiny object syndrome of just what was hot at that time. So within the span of me like being at Baremetrics and then starting 𝗙𝗏, there was like all these fads that came in. It was like, oh, paid newsletters are like the big fad right now. And I was like, they're doing a Substack. And so I'm like, maybe I should turn this into a paid newsletter. And then tried that. And that's how 𝗙𝗏 started. But then I was like, I don't like this. And also I feel like I'm trying to fit a square peg into a round hole kind of thing. It wasn't exactly working the way that it should. And then the next big thing was like communities. And I'm like, oh, okay, I need to start like this thing over here. And then it was just one fad after another that I kept trying to chase after. And then I saw these people really take off building an audience after leaving places like Morning Brew and The Hustle. And I'm watching people like Trung go from like 1,000 to 100,000 followers overnight. And 𝗤𝗏cie going from literally 0 to 50,000 followers in a week. I'm like, what the hell am I doing wrong? Like, this sucks. I'm just going to go try to do what they're doing. And then I'm like trying to go through and build my Twitter. And at the end of the day, you have to really think about, what do you want? What do your customers want? What does your audience want from you? And instead of trying to like make a cool thing in a cool way, like, oh, this is a paid newsletter, or this is a community, or this is a Patreon or a Substack or whatever it is, it's, what does your audience really want from you? And at the end of the day, what people wanted from me was SaaS marketing content and courses, whether that's community, whether it's help. I was trying to run away from my SaaS marketing expertise and just be like a marketing guy, have like the marketing guy Twitter bio. And that just wasn't me. And it wasn't what people wanted. And that's okay. That's totally fine. I love 𝗤𝗏 to death. He's doing an amazing job. That's totally for him. That's not me. I'm not going to try to copy that just because I'm jealous of his success. And that's just like a bullet that I have to bite. And then once I did, oh my gosh, my life got so much easier. It was like, 𝗙𝗏 is taking off. It's making a lot more sense. The newsletter is growing, membership's growing, revenue is like absolutely going parabolic. Like it's all just making sense and working out just because I stopped chasing the fads and I stopped trying to be someone that I wasn't and make 𝗙𝗏, my thing, into something that it wasn't ever supposed to be. So that's the big kind of like mistake that comes to mind. It's just like trying to follow the fads and do something just because someone else seems to have made it work.